Okay. It's kind of a video blog thing going on here. Subject of which being, well, I got a. God, maybe I should have made a script for this. It'd be a lot easier. It'd be a lot less pauses, a lot less nonsense. It was, I don't know, I'm trying to remember what it is that is like the basis of what it is I need to absolutely say and trying to not repeat stuff. So, let's see here. The subject of this is the main subject. This is, well, I got something. That's not the main subject of this. That's kind of the side subject. The main subject of this is I figured out like the cause of my cynicism relative to the gaming community and their perception of Sonic the movie. Yeah, like so you see this thing here? See this word here? It says like gamer or some crap like that, right? It says hat. Maybe it also says that to some degree. You know that like gamer politically basically means worthless person, like manipulative, ineffectual, kind of a pretentious dick or asshole. In the political world, it just means douchebag, like know-it-all ass clown. Like you got to think about it, like really, how does that phrase work? And like, what does it mean? It means you basically pretend to do things you don't really do or that you cannot do or that you're ineffectual at, but you also are a know-it-all at it because you have to be better than other people to be taken seriously on a platform. So, relatively speaking, that means that you must be a know-it-all about something that you generally know nothing about. So, generally speaking, to the political world, words like gamer or whatever just means pretentious asshole. It's the truth. It's like, even from a game development standpoint, you know everything about video games, so you can tell somebody how to make their $1 million product, whatever the hell it is. When you're piggybacking off of that earlier thought process, then you see like kind of the politician's perspective on it. Gamer just pretty much means lazy, ineffectual, pointless person. That's what it means. And you know what? I'll be honest. I kind of hate, in general, gamers. If I'm honest, like I fucking hate them. But as mentioned before, I'm a cynic, and I hate lots of people. Now, granted, people do, try to break my Schrader valves and, have me die in a higher speed car crash and send me bombs in the forms of amps that I have to basically fucking take apart and throw them away someplace. Because there's no place to dispose of that type of shit. Because I don't fucking want it. So yeah, I fucking hate people. Like I don't like them. They're pretentious ass clowns. They're like fucking, specifically Conway. I fucking hate this place. So, like, I bought something. Tomb Raider for Sega Saturn. Okay, wait, hold on. I bought this shit. You know why? Because the only fucking brand name on the fucking Sega Saturn, because I have one, you can fucking recognize, it isn't fucking $50 to $100. And it's been there for fucking ages. But every fucking jackass and they're fucking like every fucking like nosy murderous douchebag in Conway's got to fucking know about it. So it's like that's fucking like you got to feed into their fucking feed their stupid ass paranoia every once in a while because that's what they try to do to everybody fucking else. So fuck them every once in a while. It's like I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy this shit and fucking like sit it right there in the fucking car. I got some pictures of it. I took some pictures because some assholes got some. It was nonsense. Nosy motherfuckers. But like, pictures of all the other crap later, like yada yada. like blah blah blah. I'm not going to go into extensive detail. What I really want to talk about is just kind of like, oh yeah, by the way, like if you really wanted to like jack off to this or something like that, this is what you really want to do. You want to jerging, you be jerging around or something. Um, I mean nowadays, I mean I there's clearly going to be better alternatives to like jack off to. I mean, because you got modern consoles and shit. I mean, I don't know, you know, in that sense, because I'm trying to come from an external perspective. Like, as everybody, it's like whatever the fuck it is, who cares? But the point is, like, if you jack off to an actual person, you're probably gonna get some kind of like fucking restraining order or some other bullshit nowadays. So, fuck, you know what? Jacking off to a fucking whatever three-dimensional video game character, even if she's 32-bit, probably might be safer than talking to an actual fucking person, because it'll probably send you a fucking bomb in the form of an amp. So you know what? Fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I try to remain kind of chipper. You know, I try like, I come off like kind of a cynical prick and a pissed off guy because I am. I understand that. I understand that I'm a cynic and that I don't like people, but I know why I don't like people, and that sober understanding of why I don't like people is what sustains my sanity. Because, yeah, people sending me bombs, bullshit that's generally dangerous, and saying like basically giving you deals that are too good to be true. Like here's a $200 modeling amp that fucking makes the sound of like a 6505 and a 6534 Marshall amp, plus a Buddha and a fucking Butcher and a Triple X and a fucking all these fucking amp models are like three models, what the fuck it is, plus like 9 pedals per piece, 9 pedals a piece with like fucking three different like variations of each pedal, plus effects, different effects. So pretty much like a total of maybe like 18 pedal models. So it'd be like a boutique amp for $200. Now you want to record something, you get kind of like that. I'll take it. But anyhow, I'm be jerking and gelling. I don't even fucking know. Like, I mean, I played a couple of minutes of it. I played the gym session, the whatever the fuck, the tutorial, and I played a little bit of it. The game's fucking hard, and the camera's very difficult to work with because you only got a D-pad. But overall, it's the best iteration of fucking Tomb Raider that I've seen. And I've seen things on PlayStation 1. I mean, like, polygonal, you know what I mean? Like, but even so, the camera's always to her back. So if you're trying to look at her boobs, you're only going to get the cover. You can get that off the fucking internet. So, I mean, generally, if you probably bought this fucking game, you're probably just, like, gonna, what do you call it? Play the fucking game. Because, I mean, it couldn't get off by just, like, boobs alone. You played Rumble Roses, whatever the fuck it is. Well, that's a shit game. It got off for a while, but it's shit. It's garbage. Dead or Alive has chicks with boobs in it, but the game is good. So good, in fact, they can fucking put Virtua Fighter characters so deep, in fact, that they can put Virtua Fighter characters along with it, and you have to fucking initiate frame bullshit to even make any kind of crap work. So, the first Tomb Raider game, no shit, it's actually a good game. Like, because everybody who plays is obviously a motherfucking pervert, you know what I mean? Like, nobody ever fucking did any kind of exploration bullshit or fucking wanted to, like, look and, no one ever fucking played the Uncharted games or any other shit. Never fucking happened. Everybody who played this shit was just a perverted motherfucker. And I know I'm pissed. So, I'm just rambling a bunch of fucking, like, just verbal diarrhea right now. You have a bunch of fucking, like, weirdos, like, I'm not gonna sell you this with a bag. I'm like, yeah, I fucking hope these motherfuckers see it. Like, don't give me the bag. Fuck you. Oh, no, just give me the fucking stupid ass lotion. Yeah, I'll fucking pay $7.76 for someone to feel like a jackass. The point of this is my cynicism, based on the numbers of the Sonic movie and stuff, is because I'm the only reason I would even consider wearing this fucking stupid shirt that has the word gamer on it is because it says Mega Gamer. There's like a fucking picture of the Genesis bullshit here, or whatever you want to call it, Mega Drive or Master System, whatever the fuck you call it. It's the only fucking reason I would tolerate being affiliated with such a stupid ass word. But it would appear as if, because there's going to be a catchphrase the internet is going to use to justify all of their animosity towards Sega over the years. There's been plenty, as I mentioned before. People sabotaging 32Xs, taking Dreamcast with the shop, and saying all this demanding crap, but then making all these kind of like quasi justifications for why the Sega Genesis should be a piece of shit because there are religious reasons. Because there are people who don't like the Bible verse, the Bible, the book in the Bible that says Genesis in it, relative to a certain color, as in red, white, and black, which is what the G1 Genesis is. So there's religious reasons why people don't like the Genesis because they're like kind of, I don't know, like some real religious animosity, but passive aggressively. Something about sage of the ages, fucking like little anagram, whatever the fuck you want to call it, yada yada. So, in the numbers, and it's pretty much in the casting of the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Pretty much you got people who are essentially working for almost nothing to make this movie happen. And so what's going to happen is, here's what's going to happen. Here's what the internet's going to do. Because what's coming up is the Mario movie, right? Now, regardless of what anyone thinks about Mario or Sonic or what the fuck ever, great. Fantastic. Regardless of that, the Mario's going to have like a universal budget and also their bullshit. It's going to have a shit ton of money to play with. So, the internet is basically buttering up Sega, as near as far as I can tell, to pretty much say this horseshit, to essentially use a key phrase to classify Sega and like Sonic and Sega in general. And it's their bullshit catchphrase, and it is, I'm gonna like put a little graphic here, ahead of its time. And that's like the excuse that the internet has for fucking sabotaging 32Xs and fucking like hiding and like taking Dreamcast off the shelf and shit. Like, fucking Sega Genesis was under higher scrutiny than the fucking Super Nintendo, with respect. Now, don't misunderstand me. Was there like shit talking between Super Nintendo and Sega? Absolutely. Like, cause that's just the '90s. I mean, you've heard of the fucking Neo Geo? The shit they talked was fucking epic. But like, essentially, what we got here is you had a bunch of people who had like a religious problem with Sega, and they would compare, say, Sega to PC games, which is why we had the Sega CD and, well, frankly, the Sega Saturn, which I've got over here. Which actually, again, it's like, and I'm not even trying to be like, because I got like a PS1 Classic over here. Like, I've seen Tomb Raider on PS1. This is, I mean, it looks a bit better. There's a couple of things that might be a bit different. Like I remember the mansion being bigger in the PS1 version, but I could be wrong. Like, but because it's like the training area, you know what I mean? It's got to do all this bullshit. I don't know, but the point is, people would make these kind of like obtuse observations, and then Sega would have to, with the profits they made after, like, kind of like, because they were kind of winning the quote unquote bit wars at the, like, because for a while it was more like Sega Genesis versus Nintendo, as in it's just a regular the NES, not the Super Nintendo. So they made some profits off of that, and based on those profits, people were essentially being like, well, how do we take those profits away from Sega? So basically, what we're going to do is we're going to make a criticism. They're going to develop a console to meet that criticism. Ergo, like G2 Genesis, like what I got over there, so they could attach Sega CD, so they could attach like the 32X to meet 32X demands or 32-bit demands. That was like the 32-bit was the criticism relative to Super Nintendo, and the Sega CD was essentially a criticism for PC. Like, your games aren't as good as PC. A standard they would never set for Super Nintendo because it's a 16-bit console. Like, why the fuck are you comparing it with a PC game? But Sega was compared with PC. So they created all this shit. They already had in store, like, you know, the Neptune to compete with the PlayStation. But it's basically a combination of them just trying to go through just making a progression of consoles, and then people making these kind of weird asymmetrical observations to essentially bait Sega into making these consoles, these like kind of add-ons, is what led to all the bullshit. Which is why they were like, well, you know what? We'll just simplify the shit. 128 bits Dreamcast. Done with it. And nowadays you find people like, look like just like looking for glitches in old games, but the game is designed for you to move fast. So you like move slowly, you're just basically trying to destroy the code of the game. Like it's made for people who want to move quickly. Anyways. So, oh, this is too much. I don't know. Whatever. Like, but the point is, what they're gonna do is they're gonna say the movie was, as the entirety of Sega, was always ahead of its time. And this will be the massive excuse for all the fucking industrial espionage against that company. Including why, like, and pretty much still also, we all gave the Sonic movie a chance, and we all said positive things about it. See that? We gave it a positive review of the Sega, the Genesis Mini. Ha 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 ha. Like, we've got no animosity towards Sega, you're just imagining things. Now, fuck you, you do. Now, again, my cynicism is like, kind of at all, like, just buying this will just kick up that fucking hate. You know what I mean? I mean, the game is fine. It's Tomb Raider, whatever. Look for ruins. Get attacked by a fucking bear. Jump from a high place and break your legs. Get attacked by fucking wolves. Like, think you're badass because you shot a couple of fucking bats, but then get fucking mauled to death by a bear while fucking trying to struggle to fucking grab onto a fucking ledge while fucking wolves are biting at your fucking calves and shit. Like, fuck that. I mean, well, it's fucking hard. No pun intended. Oh, no. It's just like fucking, no, it's just difficult. Boy, DVC, fucking difficult. So anyways, that's pretty much it. Everyone's just basically gonna give there's a kind of this weird, no pun intended, a weird kind of like internet circle jerk right now where everyone's gonna be like, yeah, Sega's okay, yada yada yada. And again, this is my cynicism, this is my misanthropy speaking, this is my kind of just fuck all these people attitude that I just have developed from people sending me things like, amps designed to explode. Like, Ref-I fucking with my goddamn Gran Turismo, whatever. Not going to talk ad nauseum about that. But that's kind of like, that seems to be where we're going. Say a bunch of positive shit now. Then when the Mario stuff comes out, now we can basically just lay into it because it had no money and no budget and came out 3/4 of a year before, or a year before. It was ahead of its time. Bullshit. Anyways, there's my misanthropic, loathsome, hateful rant. That is just basically a vlog for records. It's whatever. Apparently there's no subscribers here, so this is just basically for me in the event I need to look back on why I was so fucking pissed off about XYZ in a certain day. And have some legal documentation to be like, oh, you're gonna jack off the Tomb Raider! Gonna jack off the Tomb Raider! Some polygonal, fucking like, yeah. I mean, whatever, I mean, can't even fucking see her, just the cameras at her back the entire fucking time. I mean, the entire fucking time. If you're looking at her from the side, you're getting mauled by wolves. How the fuck do you jack off to a chick getting mauled by wolves? I mean, I know, like, people say I'm fucking a bit like fucking, but. Anyways. Whatever. Peace.